Hello everyone and welcome back to another Train Sim World 3 video. We are here at Ebbsfleet International and we have the privilege of driving the Javelin today on the class 395. So we're doing a shuttle service into St Pancras International. The only stop along the way will be Stratford International. So let's get in. We're currently on the outside. Looks pretty good in this view, doesn't it? The sun against it. Looks really nice actually on this lovely August morning. But let's get up to there and get in. The door's already open. They kept them open from the inbound. Sit down. Yeah, get started. So we start in about a minute and a half. And then how long we got to wait? 2 minutes. I thought so. Let's whack that in. Actually, before we do that, let's get the safety systems on. So we got all the French bits and bobs. So we got KV. I mean, high speed one it's basically a French railway. So we got them on. And then we get our stuff on. So that being AWS. Is that it on this one? Oh yeah, and DSD. That would be good. And that's it after that. We're not moving back, are we? Oh yeah. Almost felt like we were moving back a bit. Right, now we get back in. Let's whack the master key in and we'll set that to neutral. Panic. That's just the AWS self-test sequence and all the other bits going off. And then we'll set that to day running. Is the DRA on? No, it's not. I suppose, yeah, so we get that on, won't we? Even for TVM. GSMR, unfortunately, does not work on this train. Bit unfortunate, but maybe at some point we'll see it on doing something. And I suppose, yeah, now we wait. that's about it. I don't think there's anything else we need to do. What was that screen which you can actually make work? Oh no, it won't work yet. I think you can click on, is it journey? Yeah, you can click on there now, which is quite cool because it has like your PIS code, where you're going, etc. So it's quite cool to see that. But let's go back to driver menu. There we go. Nice. So we've now got the signal, but we'll keep on the DRA as we're not ready to go yet. One thing we don't actually have yet is we don't have the line light. I'm glad I sort of looked over that way. So let's hold down the channel tunnel rail link button. So it's now lit up. But yeah, our line vault is not lit up, but the MCB is. So I think it's twice for going like this. Yeah, and then again. There we go. Now we've got the line vault, which means we now have power. At least now we're connected to the juicy wire. So now we wait. We've only got a minute or so. Let's try and get a nice screenshot. Actually, that looks really nice. Better on this side, really. Then the thumbnail won't look as good if it's for the platform there. Tough decision. I suppose I'll take one. Let's take it. From the other side as well. It's always dodgy trying to take the Javelin screenshots. So where sort of the nose sticks right out. Same with steam trains, where sort of it sticks right out. Right, we've got a few more seconds. We'll get the door shut in about 15 seconds. 10 seconds, about 20 seconds too. We'll do that. We'll get that off now as well. Right, I think it is time to go. Let's get the door shut. The next station stop will be Stratford International. Yeah, the door's now completely shut. Let's set that to forward. And let's get out of here. Leaving Ebbsfleet International. Now you got quite the cool sort of, I suppose, well not flyover, but the ramp up there. That's the for the domestic platforms. So for your Faversham services. There you go. It's up to 130 kilometers an hour is an execute speed of. So we'll get that up. And top speed for this run will be about 225 kilometers an hour. I think it is. So that works out to be about 140 miles an hour. So not as fast as you would think. I mean, 140 miles an hour, as opposed to European rail, it's nothing. But fast enough for the UK. Starting to hit the downhill gradient. There's the line to Stratford, which we've just gone under. There's another one, another 6 coach. This is one of the Ebbsfleet Shuttles, which I think this might actually be the only one. Because the one before this is as an ECS move for some reason. I don't know why it's not just a service, but yeah, it's an ECS from St Pancras to Ebbsfleet. Don't know why, but it just is. Right, let's get up to 225. Journey time should be around, well, from where we are now, probably about 18 minutes or so. So not too shabby, considering we're way out of London. It's fast. And I'm hoping when this video does go out, I'm hoping I would have actually been on this again and recorded it, so maybe you might see that. If I haven't, I just didn't know I've said that. If I have, check that out. Although if you are a member, you might be seeing this quite early in advance, so you probably haven't seen that sort of real life Javelin video, etc. If I have done it. That is my plan, to get on here over the summer. Going up quite a steep gradient at the moment, so we are not actually picking up any speed. And as soon as we get under the Stratford crossing, we'll start going back down again. There we go, out into the sunshine. On this nice, actually quite summers-like August morning, very much unlike what we have at the moment, where it's been tipping it down, overcast, quite unusually cold. So yeah, this is more like how summer should be. I haven't been along. Actually, I haven't driven this bit on Xbox, because we're on Xbox for this one. Well, you've probably seen from the menu and the noises it makes. Because yeah, we're on Xbox, which I haven't played. I haven't driven this bit on Xbox before, so yeah, it's nice to sort of see how it compares to the PS5. I mean, they should be basically exactly the same. But yeah, it's still nice to be doing it on here. That's the DSD going off, just making sure we're still here and active. And I think to the left of us we've got the C2C line, which should, yeah, it's going to go under us. I think that's the one up towards Shoeburyness. Shoeburyness? Is that how you say it? Yeah, I think that's the one there that goes underneath. And then you've got the other Rainham station. Actually, there's 2 Rainham stations on this route. There's one on the line on the right of us, the C2C line. But there's also another one, well, Rainham in Kent. So you've got both the Essex and Kent Rainham. Which is quite, I suppose, cool. That's not really cool, is it? But quirky. That's a very unsafe footbridge. There was like no fencing or anything. Just anyone who went over it could walk onto the high-speed line. But that was one of the issues with this part of the route, which a lot of people do pick up on, is the scenery's not. I mean, it's not bad along this bit. I mean, it's certainly been improved from the Train Sim World to Southeastern high speed. But it's still not great. So there's a lot, you know, like that footbridge back there. There was no sort of fence to stop people just, you know, getting on the high speed line. Even here, you know, you got like a road there. There's no fence, so anybody could get on the line, basically. Yeah, that was one of the sort of things people picked up on. Well, I think this fence here, I think that's been changed in the Train Sim World 3 version in some way, shape or form. And you got a bit more life with the sheds there as well. Which we still haven't done the RHTT train on. I think there is one on the high speed part of the line. There's a shed service. We still haven't done that. Need to do it. Let's really pick that up. Okay, bloody hell, okay, it's making us speed and everything. This is just not good. Why have you done that? She jumped up on the PC and knocked off the coaster, which was making sure the power button is protected. As yeah, Smudger sort of learnt how to turn off. I don't know how, but she sort of learnt how to turn off the computer. So whenever she wants to go out, she'll just come up on top of my PC and try and click the power button. So I've had to like cover it up. She's trying to whack the cover off. Unbelievable. So speed will start coming down within the next few minutes, as we're not that far from Stratford already, so it doesn't take long to get into London. And also fortunately it doesn't take long to get out of London on this train as well. But it's great though. I mean, you could live all the way in Ashford or somewhere like that and get to London in less than 40 minutes. Which is great. I mean, ticket prices might be a bit expensive though. I'd imagine they probably are quite expensive actually. Now I know when it flashes here it means you don't actually have to slow down yet, but I would slow down anyway. It means you can. It means in the next section you can come then down to 200, but I just do it early. So now it means now I'll start slowing down to 200. But it's always good just to get it in earlier. Some of the sections they come up really quick. Next one's 160. So it tells you to come down to 160. And then it's either 130 or 100. It seems to vary on here. So we'll actually wait until it comes up. We'll wait for that to... good. Yeah, because I think in the Train Sim 2 version it just went from 160 to 100 there. But now it doesn't, so that's good. And down to 100. That'll probably be what's coming up next. And there was a bit of lag there. So I'll sort of just start bringing that down now. There you go, 100. There we go. So we're now on the approach to Stratford International. I mean, the speed comes down again as well, like 80 or something. It's a bit slower into the station. Stratford, we might be following something actually. We might be. Okay, maybe not. Just felt like we were going really slow for this bit. But no, I think we are fine. Hopefully we are. Hopefully we don't see the little 3 zeros come up on the screen. That wouldn't be any good. Well, this is Stratford. There's the adaptation coming out of the tunnel. And here we are. Ooh, I should have checked that. 6 coaches. Only a little then. I can't remember if there was a 6 coach stop marker. I think there is a 6 coach stop marker, so we'll start bringing that down. So it would be nice to stop on the 6 coach stop marker. There it is there. But I don't think there's a 12 coach stop marker. Don't know why. But there's not. I mean, stop markers and TSW don't ever seem to go too well together. So easy to get the brakes on this one. I thought it was a bit dodgy. Got the audio on it. Here we are. This is Stratford International, which is not an international station, never has been, but still called Stratford International. Another little screenshot there as well. So you've got these massively long platforms which were meant to accommodate Eurostar trains, but never have. Maybe they did on test. Did they ever test the Eurostars there? Right, it's neutral, DRA's on. So can we go up here? No, we can't. So I've never really sort of had an actual explorer of this station to see where and where you can't go. Probably some collectibles as well. Whilst we've got a few seconds. It's not really a rush on this route. The timings are quite, I mean, on this high speed, but they're pretty good. Got some newspapers there. As we're on the Xbox version, we've never been up here. So, lots of collectibles. Lovely, gotta love the Javelin. It's a very nice train. I've been on it once in real life, as I mentioned a bit earlier. I do hope to go on it this summer, which will be good. Let's go back on. I'm really this autumn as I'm recording this. Right, let's get that off. But one thing we should have actually done, which we didn't do. Actually, we did. I think we did sort of. Is do a brake test. It's always good to do a brake test when you take over from a service, which I think we did end up doing unconsciously, but just not where I would have liked to have done it. I mean, really, sort of you start going, brake test, and then start going again. Oh, look at that, absolutely flying through. You don't get many of them flying through. Yeah, try and do a brake test when you begin a service. Just a little, you don't have to, but it does make it a little bit more realistic. So say here, get the brakes on, just have a look. Sometimes it's quite sharp actually. Yeah, brakes are working, and then speed up again, like that. Sometimes I forget though. But it's just good to do, and it's another realistic practice, so that makes it even better today. As we like realism. I mean, how cool would it be? I mean, Train Sim World is. I mean, it's not. I mean, it looks pretty, real, but it's not. It's not real. I mean, but in some ways it's realistic, but then it's the most realistic you'll probably get to, a train sim. I mean, yeah, SimRail, nah, that's more basic, really. Apart from the signalling. But there's obviously a lot of things which haven't been simulated on here. I mean, one, obviously GSMR. You can't do GSMR. Setting up all the PIS codes and stuff, can't do that. All of the different fuses and tests you have to do when you begin a service, you don't have to do. So there's a lot of things it doesn't have yet, but I would sort of hope to see in future. And faults doesn't have that. At least I don't think it has faults. But there's lots of goodies I'd like to see in future. Maybe there'd be an option to turn off sort of a realistic mode or something like that. But I mean, having some sort of fault would be great. Speaking to the signaller, those sorts of things. I mean, what would be really cool for this game, but I don't see it ever happening, is something like SimRail, where you actually, I mean, not for this sort of line, but maybe, some sort of old Cornish or Devonshire branch line, but they could have signal boxes, and it's multiplayer, so you can have people in the like basically SimRail, but Train Sim World. I just don't see that happening. But that would be cool though. And you've got to contact the signaller and request to pass things, and maybe one day. SimRail, I suppose, is a good example of what can be done multiplayer wise, and signal boxes and stuff. Come on, get to the next bit. See, I was bringing that a bit early. So that's for the next bit. It's 80. So it sort of, it just tells you the speed limits. You don't need to know. It just tells you, and you come down to that speed before the next section, before it starts bleeping again, which we probably should be doing. There we go. It could have got very hairy then. And also, well, for this bit now, you need to know the speed limit, which I think it's 60 coming out of the tunnel onto the sort of flyover. Sort of the approach into STP, St Pancras. Yeah, it's definitely 60 and then 40. I have been caught out here a couple of times by KVB. It's not fun. It gets angry with you. No, it's not 40 for us, no, because we go this way. I think that connects up with the Midland Main Line, that does, which is quite cool. But I don't know if it's probably hardly ever been used. Well, the North London line, one of them it connects up to. And it does come down to... Oh, hello. Hello, gorgeous. That is nice to see. That's really nice to see, actually. Just coming in and seeing a HST coming down the Midland Main Line. Perfection. That's 40. And now what we're looking out for is the... those little, see those 3 orange dashes? That's what we're looking out for now, so keep an eye on them. As you'll see 3 zeros come up. 2 zeros to begin with. Which means 30 kilometers an hour. Oh, that is really nice to see. HST's really nice. So that should go to 30 quite soon. Should do. Mayday. Should do though. Oh, here we are. It's on those little lines there. Is it not? Does it not work? Oh, there you go. 0, 0. So that's 30 kilometers an hour. And then soon it will go to 0, 0, 0, which means 10 kilometers an hour. Which should probably be quite soon it comes up with that. There you go, 0, 0, 0, so 10 kilometers an hour. If you go more, I don't know if it can bite you, but it'll probably get unhappy with you in some way. So just do what the KVB tells you to do, as it will get cross. Love coming into St Pancras. It's just awesome. There you go, I don't want to bash the nose into the buffer. Get a blunt nose. Right, let's set that to tail. Set that to full sail or max brake. And that's already on. Oh, good. And I think that's basically it shut down. Hopefully we don't have to lock the doors. That'd be a bit annoying if we did. Well, there we go. There you have it. That is a... Oh, that's really bright. That's a Ebbsfleet Shuttle, or from Ebbsfleet. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. Links can be found in the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in, and I hope we'll see you in the next one. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.